One quick note when I'm cutting these, I want the green one to be the same as I just cut for my mat. So I'm just going to line these up on one short side and one long side. Line them up perfectly. You know, as perfect as you can get it. Flip them over and do a little snip snap. Boom. And save all your pieces. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and then what I want here, I think, is this piece. I just love this. It's coming along really nicely. I'm so excited. But this will make this totally complete. And so I'm just lining up the edge of my paper that I'm going to cut with the edge of these two papers so that this crisscross design, diamond design or whatever, will actually line right up with each other and just look like it's kind of a continuation, you know? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to cut a whole sheet. I'm going to use a whole sheet on this one, and this will probably have one of our birds on it, is what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to cut it across here, and then I'll cut this strip off. Take your time, make sure that everything is against the edges. And so we've got these two pieces still. Ooh, we're getting there, girls. We're getting there. Hallelujah, we're getting there. Okay. I'm inking off camera here because you know why. These darn things. And we got a lot to go. A lot to go. This has got 12 months we're working on, so by the time you guys finish this, you will know how to do at least all the basics and have yourself a nice... Okay, so we're going to glue this down. Let's see, did I want to do... Let's see. Do I want to do a little lace? Maybe underneath and just have little lace hanging out on the edge there. That's kind of cute. We can even tuck it in more if we don't want it to hang out that far. Just have that little bit hanging out, or whatever lace you have. But I think, or do I want to put it on the top? Just line it along there and put it that way. What you think? I think I prefer it out. But I am going to wrap it around this. So let's cut it a little larger than we need. I love using lace. And I'll buy it anywhere I find it. Like I need more, like I need a hole in another hole in my head. But it's fun and exciting, and I don't care. I have gotten a lot more discerning. Oh, and look, my husband went to Walmart today, and I said, would you please look in the... That didn't have any kind of safety seal on it or anything. That's kind of weird. Okay, I'm going to use this. Okay, so it does have a safety seal. I have to poke through here, I think. I don't think it tells you anything. Nope. Oh, and you guys can thin this with a small amount of acetone, which is like fingernail polish remover. There we go. Okay, so I am going to put, boy, this is a big nozzle. I'll probably end up just refilling my smaller bottle. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit right along the edge. Just leaving the bottle right where it is and just moving the paper. And then one nice thing about this glue is that it just rubs off. Okay, and I'm going to put the majority of it on, but as you could see, I'm really only gluing down on the very edge. And if you flip it over, it's easier to see that you've got it even. Pull it down until you're happy. Give it a light, don't push real hard because you don't want to be pulling the glue out. We can make sure that we look pretty straight on the front end as well. And then we're just going to wrap this around. Okay, so let's get this again. And I'm just going to lay down some for it to get caught up in. There we go. And we're just going to fold it over. Give it a little bit of a pull so it helps kind of straighten it up for you. There. And then when you put your picture in, you have quite a bit of space underneath that you can still slide your picture. Let's do something with some color in it so you can see. So you can still get, there's about a good 1/4 of an inch in there, so you can get a picture in. No problemo. Yeah. Yeah. And that also saves us from having to use more designer papers to get a decoration on this page. And you got to think in terms of you're wanting to use this for pictures. That's what I'm making this for myself, for a 2020 recap. And that as we do stuff, because we're doing so much stuff to our new house, and I just want to record it. And so that's what I am doing this for. So I am really excited to have this. And I'm glad that I'm bringing you along with me. And I hope that I am inspiring you, or at least teaching you something that you didn't know before, or that I'm making you confident enough that you will go with it. Make one. Make one, girl. So instead of pushing this over all of this bulk, it's better to get it as flat as you can. So this one will actually just lay over and burnish. Okay? And that's one way you can keep from these papers from bowing around and stuff like that. Okay? All right, and we still have good adhesion. That looks pretty good. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's see what else we have left. We have to do this side, and we have to do our 4 squares. And we have this piece and this piece. And that's it. Wait a minute, let me make sure. Yep, and we've got to do something with this, which that might be something for you to look forward to when I do the walkthrough. Okay, so these two pieces, I think I'm going to patchwork, but I need to get, or not patchwork, but use up all our spare pieces. I definitely want to get one of these in somewhere. And it takes up too much of the spot. And so we could put one in the pocket, or you know what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There, that one's bam, done. I don't know, but yeah. I'm gonna leave that just like that. Now, this one I have a pocket on, okay? So this one is a little different. This would give me enough to get underneath there. Or I can put it on the pocket. Oh, this is the one I didn't cut straight. Ooh, doggy, I can tell I didn't cut it straight. But I can cut that one straight with my own scissors. So I have this piece. Let's see. So we need these two pieces. This is a pocket, so this just needs a little strip underneath, going underneath the pocket a little bit, and then on the pocket. And this needs this whole strip. That doesn't float my boat much. And that don't float my boat much, but let's see. I've got some really cute little strips here. So I have this. Or I have the pansy. Now if I put that, although I would not have enough for the top and the bottom. Could do pansy. I don't know. And I have purple strip. I'm just pulling out my designer papers that I have. Now I could put this down in here so it would look like just extension of the same paper and just butt it up next. I'm thinking I'm gonna like this there. So I am going to pick a line and go for it. Okay, there we go. So I think I will like that at the bottom. I think I will. And I'm going to make it the same size as the green strip. Cut this puppy down. Keep your little pieces because we're going to need them. And then slide this in. And pull it up. Come on. Okay, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to get in here. I am going to have to cut it down just a smidge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off a little bit. I'm taking off a little. Let me keep it. Okay. So, do you see how that is angled? I don't know, can you see that little piece I cut off there? So now it's not straight, it is at an angle. So, because I need the top of it to match up with this green, but I need the bottom of it to fit inside the pocket, and it just, the pocket is shorter on this side because I didn't want to get it near all of the folds. This side it goes all the way to the end. And so that way it will just give me a little bit of space, and I didn't have to cut quite as much off, but you guys got the idea. You got the idea. Okay, so that will go on there, and I don't want too much of the black because I've got all that white in there and it is showing that white, and I don't think this eraser will get it. Nope. Not really. Let me try. I don't know if you guys know this. This is a sand and rubber eraser by Mono. It's for ink and pencil. This side is smooth. It's just a rubber eraser. This side is an eraser with sand in it. And you just leave this little tag on there because you see it's part of it is the regular rubber and part of it's the sandpaper. This just gives it a, now it will eat into your paper if you are not careful, but it gives you a little bit more of a grit to try and get some of that stuff off of there. I am at least lightening it up, and I'm trying very hard not to get onto the designer paper because it will take the design off pretty quickly. And this is thick black paper, so I don't worry. I'm not worried about really going through that. I just want to get that little bit of white that's going to show. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to ink this on 3 sides. Off camera. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry. Sorry. And if I can't make it look good without seeing the white, I might just make my own black line with the marker like we did on the other page. Get in there. And, you know, then I would just butt them together and then add a black line. But honestly, I don't think that it's going to be a real big issue. I'm going to take a smidge, just a little smidge off of this. Ink it. Glue it. And I'm just kind of gluing on the top. Well, I ain't doing nothing right now. I've got my fan on and it just dries my glue out. Just putting it across the top. Because it's such a little bit of paper. If you put it all the way along the bottom, when you slide it into the pocket and then pull it back up, you're liable to leave enough glue underneath that pocket that you're going to be gluing your pocket down. And we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. Okay, there's that one. Get in there and pull it back up where we want it. This little thing, it's hooking on the hinge of the pocket. So that's another reason it's always nice to put your papers in for those, on those hinges, because if you're putting a tag in, your tag's going to do the same thing. It's going to hit on those little hinges. So there. Okay, so we got that. What are we going to put on the pocket? What? I have this green. Or here. That would look fine right there, wouldn't it? And then that would be a great place to put that. Okay, so let's get this cut. And again, if you got the purple, I think the same decorations in the same order would look just as nice. Okay. And let's make sure we're nice and straight. I want to be straight. Okay. Okay, so I have got this piece cut. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice, nice, nice. And these pieces going back in our pile. And this piece I might do right across the center. Like that. And then put this in the middle. What you think? I like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to cut this piece the same as this piece. I'm going to ink them up, glue them down. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so there's that. I think it turned out pretty cute. Now, one thing you can do if you want, of course, we've got other things that we can decorate, but you can put that little bit of lace on each side of that. If you think about it, you can do it before you put this down, but it does make it kind of bulky. So you could just kind of follow that up with a little piece of lace. Which I think I'll go ahead and do. I'll just get the old Fabri-Tac out again. So there is a piece that will fit right there. Maybe a titch shorter. Fixing that side a little straighter. And let's make this a titch shorter. So, yeah, I'm still kind of hanging off. Still kind of hanging off. There. Alright, so there's that piece. And let's get ourselves another piece on this side. And I can tell I definitely didn't quite get that in the center. But you know me and eyeballing. Let's see how far off I am. I'm off a 1/16 of an inch. But when you're working with, when you finally really sit down and look at it, you can see it, but it's a 1/16 of an inch. That's just not that bad. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze some of this onto my strip on both sides. This does not dry really super fast, so you don't have to worry about that, but you do want to put your lid back on it. Don't leave that undone. Alright, so we're going to just lay this down, keeping it in the area of the strip. Okay. And then this side. There we go. Oh, isn't that sweet? Let me hold it up so you guys can see it. Isn't that sweet with that little lace on there? Love it. Okay, I'm just gonna double check that we've got that done, that done. I still have this. I went ahead and cut this brown paper, and I'm gonna put this down. A little pencil mark, ink it up. Okay. Here we go. Inking it up. Gluing on it. Yep. Oh, Lord. Alrighty. It wants to be a little temperamental. I will allow it. I will just not get all that upset. It's not that big a deal. It's just part of crafting. If I put my pin in it every time, it wouldn't happen. But that gets old. Oops. Yeah, that gets old, putting your pin in it every single time. And there we go. So there's that page. Now we can put, you know, I don't know. I don't think I like that. About this little puppy. We're going to see. We still got to do this. I did take this card here and put it on some black cardstock. And I'm going to cut it down so I have a black edge on it. Okay, and I need to cut this one down just a smidge. And this one down just a smidge. Huh. Hold on. Let me see what I got here. There. Okay. And we're just going to stick that in the pocket. And look how cute that looks with the little bird there. I love it. Love it. Okay. So, see, we are going through our black cardstock. We are not having a lot of waste with that. Now, for this piece, first, I need to figure out what I'm going to do here. I probably am going to do a couple more green ones. Okay, so I got a couple green ones. And do I want to do the, I think I'll do this again as well. So, I want to use as little as possible, so really pay attention where you're putting this. There we go. So that still leaves us a little bit of that. Still leaves us a little bit of that. And how did I do it on this side? I did the 2 yellows on the outside and the 2 greens on the inside. So do I want to do it that way again, or do I want to, this needs, oops. I think I need to run some sandpaper and some aluminum foil and some wax paper through that through this, and it helps sharpen it up again. It's starting to drag just a little bit, but I haven't owned it that long, but I've used it a lot. So let's see if this is the way we want this. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get it well enough to get the idea. See, and I just don't have anything. That's not quite long enough either. And I don't want to put the same piece of paper. So, oh, I could put this right along here. Yes, love it. Okay, so then I've got that purple stripe coming back. And then I can... See, my only problem is my magnets here. I don't want to have a break in my paper, so and I have to put this up all the way up or we will see too much of the inner workings of these triangles. So that has to go up there. If I do this kind of thing, I can do that. What you think? It would come out to there. And that would leave me a little bit and a whole, probably a whole page worth there. I do have this strip. Now, if I were to fold this in half, would I have enough? I think I would. Okay. I think I like that better. And then I'll have it repeating on the two ends here on these two ends. And then I will find, that will give me some nice little bits and pieces to do some of the other things I want to do on this page, which will be things that will just kind of, you know, decorate it. We can also put this here or in the other pocket, but there you go. See, I'm not doing too many pockets on these because this is really all about pictures. But I do want to be able to write a little story. So having that booklet, you know, I might even put a piece of paper in that booklet. A couple pieces of paper in that booklet. I don't know. I'll see. But, so, we've got this planned out. And I don't know, do I? No, I want these. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm getting the hiccups. Okay. So, let's get these glued down. Oh, I didn't ink them. Okay. I'm going to get everything cut and ready, and I'll come back and we'll assemble it together. Okay, so I'm going to put this part together first, and then I'm going to fix this, and I've kind of changed my mind a little bit on what we're doing there. So I'm going to put the two green sides down first. And I'm going to put the yellow ones down afterwards because I like having more of the yellow show. And I'm also choosing to put some of the purple, the larger little purple flowers up on the top because the, you know, as you know, the bottom's going to get covered. Here we go. Try and get them evenly so that the zigzag really stands out nicely and doesn't stand out because it's not even. So just take your time with it. And I'm choosing to put this flower out instead of like just these. So strategically placing the characteristics of the paper where you want it. Ooh, big words. Big words. Okay, and this is going to glue down where part of my double-sided tape is, so I just picked up the cover so I could get it down onto the paper. Okay, so there's that. You see, I couldn't cut the rest of this until I knew exactly where this was going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this right to here. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I inked this one already as well. There we go. All right. So we're going to put this right across. Let me get this up. Right across here. My main goal in putting this down is actually covering up all the edges of our squares. And then we're just gonna get it down the best we can because that is a little bit of thickness right there, but that is a-okay. A-okay. All right. So now I want to, and I'm going to take my little and put this over the top of the part that's still sticking out so that I don't stick my paper to it. I'm going to cut this in half, but I want to first get only what I need so I have the leftover piece as large as possible. Let's see, is that where that mark it? No. Was fixing to cut it way too short because I wasn't looking. Let me erase that first mark. Okay. Cutting. Oh, dropped. Oh, I got excited. This was on the floor. I thought it was a piece of decorative paper, but it wasn't. Okay, just double checking that I've got this right. We don't want to put it into the fold lines at all, so keep it away from there. All right, now this, when you get a little smaller piece, it does get it harder and harder to fold it in half, but just take your time and do the best you can. And that's all anybody can ask out of anybody. Zippo better than the best you can. Yeah. Don't make this so hard. It is just paper. And if you mess it up, you know what? You can go online and you can buy yourself one sheet of this. You can go in your stash and find something that will work for you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because I don't want to lose any of this, I am going to cut it with my cutter. My craft knife. Let me put this out of my way. And I'm going to cut it right on that line that I just folded. There we go. Love a good craft knife. And I would say that is a very good craft knife. Okay. Now, I'm going to ink these real quick. Sorry about having to do all this, but I wanted to bring you along for the ride, guys. Now, we do have a bit of a dilemma, because that is really pretty. And then that one. Really like that. Don't care for that one at all. But the way I'm going to do this, that just won't work. So, we're back to that. Back to that. That's okay. But if you like it the other way, then you do it that way. Trying to give you options. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and first glue these down, because I know these are going to be on my outside. That's where I want them. And she got quiet. Okay, so let's get this down. Very nice. Okay. And this one. Bone feet. I don't know what that means. B-O-N-N-E and then F-E-T-E. Bone feet. Bone feet. Bone fet. I don't know. If my mummy was here, I would ask her. Get on my white so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's those two down. Now, I am finally going to use this pansy, because I think this would be really sweet on both sides, because I've got enough to do this one and then do this one. And then I will cut this down in the center. And then we'll be done, guys. Done, done, done. I'm going to ink this. Now we do have the green pansy. That I actually like better. Yeah. So, oh poop though. It doesn't go all the way across. So I only have the one green pansy. And then the one, oh, poodle head, poodly doodly. And I have just one strip of this. Is this long enough? No. That long enough? No. No, 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 no. Okay. We're going to stick with our initial pansy. If that green one would have gone all the way across, for me, that would have been ideal. Now, I guess I could just do the pansy on the one side and then do this. And I'm kind of hoping. So if I put the pansy here and did that. No. Let's just stick with the plan. Sticking. I'm a sticking. Sticking with the plan. Make a new plan, Sam. Out the door, George. Forget about me. I don't know. I don't remember it. I used to know it by heart, but boy, that was a long time ago. Make a new plan, Sam. Or something. Something like that. Okay, so let's give ourselves a little black edge. Make it the same length. Okay, check it out. Okay, that one's good. Grab this again. And, oh good, I'm going to have the word pansy. Yay! With one little pansy left on it. Yay! That will come in handy when we're doing something. Okay, put that little piece in. Look, it says pansy on it. Yay! Look how nasty I am. See, I get that with the photo. What's that called? Antique photo. But it's not. You know, it just doesn't seem to be as bad. Let's make sure I've got both these edges done. Yep. Okay, glue these down. Oh good, my glue's still working. I thought for sure I was going to have to get the pin again. Alright guys, we are on the home stretch now. Home stretch. Little black edge. All the way across. Okay, and I'm being very careful that I'm only going to have one thickness of paper on the magnet. All right, only one thickness of paper. And I'm sure I don't want to do this. Am I positive I don't want to do this? I really like that green pansy. What do you guys think? Let me get it closer. And I don't know if you can really see, this one has got the tan color, and then this one's got the green color. Oh, how much, is that going to really make that much of a difference? Just stick with the plan, Sam. There was Roy in that song, and Sam in that song, and I think George was in that song. She had a lot of guys. Oh my goodness. A lot of guys. There was a day. Way back yonder. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was married at 20, so. Okay, so now I'm going to take this sheet. And the first cut I'm going to do is what I want in the center. So I'm going to cut that. Put it this way. Okay, so we still have that. Let me put this back on for another second so I don't stick it down. Oh no, I almost made that way too small, but I think it's going to be just fine. Now I am going to butt this paper up to the purple paper. Reason being, because I don't want, if I leave a little black edge, you will see the magnet. So I will artificially get a little black edge. Artificially. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know if I was that far off. I'm going to cut it crooked and see if that was just the way I was holding it. Nope. Okay, that's going to work. I got a little pencil mark to erase. Anything else? No. I'm going to ink it. Okay. And we're going to put some glue on this bad boy. Now, where the magnet is, I am just going to put some glue around here and I'm going to put a dot on there and a thin little coat right there. And then I'm just going to kind of ignore that area. Because the more glue you put on top of your magnet, the less magnetized it's going to be. So that little dot will be enough to let me maneuver this around to get it exactly where I want it before it's going to stick down. Excuse my head if I get in the way. And there we go. Now I'm going to burnish on that magnet. Junk on my... Okay. Okay. My son came over today and we got some work done, and I got some stuff done in my garden, and oh, I tell ya. Okay, putting my glue away because I think we are done. Let's close this up and check. So look, you get these two coming out. I think that's adorable, and I love the color combinations. So we're going to flip this open. And then we've got a pretty place for a photo here. Flip this open, 2 photos. We've got a nice place here for a photo. You can put a whole photo on there and you're going to get a nice background image. 2 photos here. Of course, you can put 2 photos here too if you want to. You can do whatever you want. You can put 3. Then we've got our little pocket. I will probably back this on black paper. And then open this up, and we've got a photo mat here. Place for a photo and write a little something here. Another photo. Oh, let me back you out. Okay, sorry about that. Another photo here or 2. And then we've got our nice big pocket. And I definitely am going to use the birds on this booklet. Now I know I said that I'm going to put some paper in here. So if you take... Let's see. If you take some copy paper and let's get it the size we're going to want in the book. So I'm just going to cut myself a little piece here. And unfortunately, I can't fit 14 inches in my cutter. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. What do I need to go all the way across? So we'll cut that first. So I'm just gonna give it a little mark. Cut that one first. And I will be able to get another page out of it. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this. Okay, so there's one page, and then I'm just going to cut this one to be the same size. Just match it up on one short side. And let's just take our scissors. Okay, and this will give me some nice paper to write down some interesting things that happened in March of this year. Alrighty then. My husband's birthday's in March, so that helps too. And so that will be just like that with a couple pieces of paper in there. Now, if you have, I mean, this is white. If you have a cream colored paper, you know, that's great too. Copy paper, whatever you got. You just don't want to do too many sheets because we are already kind of bulked up. And I will show you later on how to put all those together. So there we go, guys. We are done with page, well, this is page 2, because we're not counting the inside, front, and back covers as pages per se. So we're done with page 2, and here's page 1, and they're going to be back to back on one of our tubes. So this will be on this side, and that will be on that side. So it will go into the book just like this. Cool beans. All right, guys. Join me for another one. Thank you for staying with me along with this one. I hope I am helping you to learn how to use your paper wisely. And let's see, what is the next one? This is page 3. So we have our February and March. This is page 3. I'm going to put all of my March stuff aside so that I will have that. And the paper pack, let's pull your page 3 out and pull April out, because that is our next month to do. Look how gorgeous. There we go. And stickers. Let's see if there's any April stickers. I think this would look wonderful. See, is there anything else? The little girl stamp. That would be cute. There is some blue, but I think that's a different month with the daisies in it. I think that's more for summer. The forget-me-nots. So I think we're going to do this sticker and this sticker. So get those out, unless you want to use some others. Let me show you. I'm going to use this sticker, which is at the very top, and I'm going to use this forget-me-not sticker at the very bottom. So get those onto black paper and cut out, and have all of this ready for our next session. Thanks for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I would be honored to have you as a subscriber. And hit the little bell so then you will know. I am having a horrible time with my service, and it is hard for me. So some days I am not getting videos up because I can't get them loaded onto YouTube because my service is just so horrible. So short of going and sitting in a McDonald's parking lot, I'm doing the best I can. But believe me, that is not off the table. All right, guys, love you so much. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, wear your mask if you feel like it's important. I always do, and I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.